Ajit, you are from which place? Ajit, can
Sir,
you hear me?
Barampur, sir.
Barampur. And Chetan?
Sir, it's Jharsuguda, sir.
Jharsuguda. Very good. So, Pushpapriya Shahu. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Ajit, can you mute your mic, please? Now it is 6:05. Should I wait or continue? Anybody from IGNO side is there? Shonali Raul, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, mute your mic. Now I'll start the class, so cannot wait. So can you confirm ke uh, hello?
Yes, sir.
Hello? Screen visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Your conversion with Hindi, Odia, English, anything? English or Hindi or Odia?
Odia, sir.
Okay, no issue. Now, actually, I'll in mix Odia, Hindi, and English both. All are mix. I want to say. Um, uh, Today we're going to study environmental impact assessment. Actually, myself, Dr. Sukandas, scientist F. I'm the group director, Integrated Test Range DRDO Chandipur. କେତେ ଜଣ ଜାଣିଛନ୍ତି ଆପଣ integrated test range DRDO ଗୋଟେ? Anybody knows about it? Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Once more.
Myself, Dr. My voice is audible now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, today's topic, आज का topic basically environmental impact assessment. Initially ମୁଁ ଭାବୁଥିଲି କି ଯେ presentation mode ରେ ପୁରା ଜିନିଷଟା ତૈयारी କରିବି କ୍ଲାସଟା. Then I thought that you have to attend the exam also. So just ଦୁଇ ତିନିଟା ସ୍ଲାଇଡ୍ ମୋ environmental impact assessment ରେ ଦୁଇଟା ସ୍ଲାଇଡ୍ ଏମିତି ଅଛି. ତାପରେ ଯୋଉ PDF ଟା ଅଛି ଆପଣ PDF ପାଇଛନ୍ତି କି? ହ୍ୟାଲୋ ଅଜିତ
ନା sir.
PDF ଟା ଅଛି?
ନା sir, ପାଇନ.
ଆପଣ ପାଇନାହାନ୍ତି PDF ଟା?
ନାଇଁ sir.
Okay. After completion of class, I'll share the PDF. Okay. So first, কথা লাগে environmental impact assessment এটা হলো important বিষয়. କାହିଁକି ଯେମିତି କୌଣସି ନୂଆ ପ୍ରୋଜେକ୍ଟ ହବ ସେଟା ଇଣ୍ଡଷ୍ଟ୍ରିଆଲ ପ୍ରୋଜେକ୍ଟ ହଉ କି ଏନଭାୟରमेंटल ବିଷୟରେ কোনো ପ୍ରୋଜେକ୍ଟ ହଉ କି ଗଭର୍ଣ୍ଣମେଣ୍ଟ କୌଣସି ପ୍ରୋଜେକ୍ଟ ହଉ ଏନଭାୟରमेंटल ରିଲେଟେଡ এটা ବହୁତ ଇମ୍ପୋର୍ଟାଣ୍ଟ ଗୋଟେ ଏନଭାୟରमेंटल ଆସେସମେଣ୍ଟ ଦରକାର ପଡେ କାହିଁକି କୌଣସି ପ୍ରୋଜେକ୍ଟରେ ସ୍ୟାଙ୍କସନ ହେବା ପୂର୍ବରୁ ଏନଭାୟରमेंटल ଇମ୍ପାକ୍ଟ ଆସେସମେଣ୍ଟ ଯଦି ନା ହବ ତାହେଲେ ପ୍ରୋଜେକ୍ଟଟା ସ୍ୟାଙ୍କସନ ହବନି ବେସିକାଲି ଏନଭାୟରमेंटल ଇମ୍ପାକ୍ଟ ଆସେସମେଣ୍ଟ କ'ଣ କରାଯାଏ କୌଣସି ଡେଭଲପମେଣ୍ଟାଲ ପ୍ରୋଜେକ୍ଟ ଆପଣ ମାନେ ଜାଣିଛନ୍ତି କାଲି ଗୋଟେ ପ୍ରେଜେଣ୍ଟେସନ ଥିଲେ ମୋର okay just give me a second I'll put fan switch off so sound distract করুন hello
Yes, sir.
hello
Yes,
now
sir.
actually I'll just take half an hour class don't worry এই ভিতরে যে টপিকটা বহুতই ছোট টপিক কিন্তু ভেরি ইন্টারেস্টিং টপিক অ্যাকচুয়ালি এ পাই জাস্ট প্রেজেন্টেশন গোটে দুইটা স্লাইড ମୁଁ ଟେୟାର କରିଛି ଦେନ୍ ସୁଇଚ୍ କରିବି ପିଡିଏଫ୍ ରୁ ସୋ ଫାର୍ଷ୍ଟ ହେଲା କି ଏଇ କୌଣସି ଡେଭଲପମେଣ୍ଟାଲ ପ୍ରୋଜେକ୍ଟ ଆପଣ ଜାଣିଥିବେ ଆଜ୍ ଅଫ୍ ନାଉ ଓଡ଼ିଶାରେ ମିନିମମ୍ 66 ବିଗ୍ ଇଣ୍ଡଷ୍ଟ୍ରି ଅଛି ଆପଣ ଜାଣିଛନ୍ତି କୋଉ କୋଉ ଇଣ୍ଡଷ୍ଟ୍ରି ହେଇପାରେ L&T ଟାଟା ଦେନ୍ ବେଲ୍ then ଆପଣ like Tata Power then Adani so many big industry and so many big industry coming up so environmental impact assessment konosi is a process evaluating environmental impact of a proposed project or development konosi project ru তার পরিবেশ উপরে কোউ ইম্প্যাক্ট আসবে সেই বিষয়ে স্টাডিটা নিহাতি দরকার স্টাডিটা যদি কমপ্লিট না হবো তাহলে কিন্তু সেই প্রজেক্টটা স্যাংশন মিলিবনি নট অনলি দ্যাট সেই স্টাডিটা ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ ଏନଭାୟରमेंट শুধু নয় পরবর্তীরে ତାଠୁ সোসিও ইকোনমিক মানে কোন যে সোশ্যাল এবং ইকোনমিক সিচুয়েশন ଆପଣ ଜାଣିଥିବେ ଓଡ଼ିଶାରେ କମ୍ ସେ କମ୍ 66 ଡିଫରେଣ୍ଟ ଟ୍ରାଇବାଲ କମ୍ୟୁନିଟି ଅଛି और मैक्सिमम जो आम माइनिंग होची जेमती केओंझर हो झारसागुड़ा हो এই এরিয়ারে যেগুলো মাইনিং হচ্ছে সেই এরিয়ারে ট্রাইবাল কমিউনিটি এন্ড লোকাল তাଙ୍କର जो জীবনযাত্রার উপরে বহুত এফেক্ট পড়ে এইগুলা বি স্টাডি করে সে পজিটিভ এফেক্ট হোক নেগেটিভ এফেক্ট হোক পরবর্তীতে আমরা দেখিবে কি এনভায়রনমেন্টাল ইম্প্যাক্ট অ্যাসেসমেন্ট টেকনিক আছে সে টেকনিক ভিতরে এইগুলা আছে বিষয় উই হ্যাভ টু কভার কালচারাল এন্ড হিউম্যান হেলথ ইম্প্যাক্ট আচ্ছা গুটে somebody from Bhubaneswar Nalco is there na Nalco can you hear me anybody can answer
Yes, sir.
Nalco is there na Nalco basically ko bisare কাম করে aluminium mining correct aluminium ore mine so যদি aluminium ore mining যে এরিয়ারে হবো সেই এরিয়ারে ডাস্ট সো হাই ଲୋକମାନେ হেলথ হ্যাজার্ড দেখা যায় সেই এরিয়ারে এবার বেনিফিশিয়াল কোন বেনিফিশিয়াল হলে সেই জায়গায় ইকোনমিক সিচুয়েশন ডেভেলপ করে যায় সো আমি ডেভেলপমেন্ট কেবে বি স্টপ করি হবনি UNEC define environmental assessment is more brief and short fashion as the assessment of planned activity effect on the environment UNEC connect this is first এই যে আইডিয়াটা environmental impacts assessment স্টাডিটা it started in USA আমেরিকা পরবর্তীতে বিভিন্ন কান্ট্রি এটি স্প্রেড করে অ্যান্ড ল্যাটার অন ইন্ডিয়া বি অ্যাডপ্ট করে আফটার লং টাইম নিয়ার অ্যাবাউট 80s 90s দিস টাইম এই এনভায়রনমেন্টাল ইম্প্যাক্ট অ্যাসেসমেন্টরে just listen to understand okay এবে ଆପଣ কিন্তু লিখি হবনি এগুলো অ্যানসার করি হবনি সো ইনভায়রনমেন্ট হোয়াট ইজ এনভায়রনমেন্টাল ইম্প্যাক্ট অ্যাসেসমেন্ট যদি কোশ্চেন থাকে তার অ্যানসার কোন হবো আই উইল গো টু পিডিএফ ফ্রম পিডিএফ ইউ অ্যানসার ওকে সো জাস্ট ମୁଁ ବ୍ରିଫଲି ଡିସ୍କ୍ରାଇବ୍ କରୁଛି to describe the proposed project associated work together with the requirement of carry out the proposed development. First I told you environmental impact হলা কোনসি ডেভেলপমেন্ট ওয়ার্ক রে পূর্বরু এই স্টাডিটা করা যায় ফার্স্ট পয়েন্ট সো ইটস এ স্টাডি স্টেপ গুলা কোন টু আইডেন্টিফাই ডেসক্রাইব দ্য এলিমেন্ট অফ কমিউনিটি এনভায়রনমেন্ট লাইকলি টু বি এফেক্টেড ফার্স্ট এলিমেন্ট মানে হলো কোন বিষয়ে আমি ফোকাস করিবে দুইটা বিষয় হলা এনভায়রনমেন্টের বিষয় সেকেন্ড হলা so
Sir, you are mute.
suddenly I don't know why. So again I'm just going through now visible now.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, visible. So basically quantify the emission source. Again I'm asking ki ko toxic gas amo human health re effect kore any idea? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Oh, को gas amo human health re effect करे? Any idea?
SU, hydrogen sulfide, sir.
Yes,
Carbon
perfect.
monoxide,
Yeah, perfect.
Carbon
carbon
dioxide,
dioxide.
Very good.
chlorofluorocarbon.
Right. So କୌଣସି ଇନଭାରମେଣ୍ଟାଲ କୌଣସି ଇଣ୍ଡଷ୍ଟ୍ରି ସେଟଅପ୍ ହେବା ପୂର୍ବରୁ ଦେଖିବାକୁ ପଡ଼ିବେ କି କୌଣସି ଏମିଶନ ସୋର୍ସ ଆଣ୍ଡ ତା ଇମ୍ପାକ୍ଟଟା କ'ଣ ହ୍ୟୁମାନ୍ ହେଲ୍ଥ ଉପରେ ଏଗୁଡ଼ା ଷ୍ଟଡିର ବିଷୟ ଟୁ ଆଇଡେଣ୍ଟିଫାଇ କ୍ୱାଣ୍ଟିଫାଇ ଦ ପୋଟେନ୍ସିଆଲ ଲସେସ୍ ଅର୍ ଡ୍ୟାମେଜ୍ ଟୁ ଫ୍ଲୋରା ଆଣ୍ଡ ଫନା କଥା ହେଲା କି ନଟ୍ ଓନ୍ଲି ହ୍ୟୁମାନ୍ କୌଣସି ପ୍ରୋଜେକ୍ଟ ପାଇଁ ড্যামেজ হব ড্যামেজ কোন ফ্লোরা অ্যান্ড ফনা মানে ছোট ছোট সি আম যে দেখবে যে ফ্লোরা অ্যান্ড ফনা যে লাইক রিভার সাইড সি সাইড যেগুলা এফেক্ট হব যে লাইক অ্যানিমেল ক্রিচর্স তাହାର ଗୋଟେ ଏଫେକ୍ଟ ହେଇପାରେ ସୋ ଏଇଗୁଡ଼ା ବିଷୟ ଆମକୁ ଜାଣିବାର ଅଛି ଟୁ ଆଇଡେଣ୍ଟିଫାଇ ନେଗେଟିଭ ଇମ୍ପାକ୍ଟ ଅଫ୍ ସାଇଟ୍ କଲଚରାଲ ହେରିଟେଜ ନଟ୍ ଓନ୍ଲି ଦ୍ୟାଟ୍ କି କୌଣସି କଲଚରାଲ ହେରିଟେଜ ଏଫେକ୍ଟରେ ଏଫେକ୍ଟ ହେଇପାରେ to identify, describe, quantify potential landscape and visual impact. ଆପଣ ଦେଖିଥିବେ କି some mining area in କେଉଁଝର ମୁଁ ଭିଜିଟ୍ କରିଥିଲି ଏବେ ସେଇ କିଛି କିଛି ଜାଗାରେ ଏମିତି ଆଉଟସାଇଡରେ ଦେଖିବା ପାଇଁ ଲାଗୁଛି ଜଙ୍ଗଲ ବଟ୍ ଏ ଟିକେ ଭିତରୁ ଇଣ୍ଟେରିୟର ଗଲା ପରେ ଆପଣ ଦେଖି ପୁରା barren land because too much cutting of trees because it totally changed the environment of that place. All the hills become totally barren. So যে ইম্প্যাক্টটা হব সেটা আমি অ্যাসেসমেন্ট করিয়ার আছে টু আইডেন্টিফাই দ্য নেগেটিভ ইম্প্যাক্ট অ্যান্ড প্রপোজ দ্য প্রভিশন অফ ইনফ্রাস্ট্রাকচার অ্যান্ড মিটিগেশন মেজার্স নাও মিটিগেশন কন করে আছে মিটিগেশন হল কৌশি ইন্ডাস্ট্রিয়াল ডেভেলপমেন্ট পূর্বরু they should promise ki if I cut one tree they should definitely plant 10 trees. So next 10 years যে ইনভারমেন্টরে লস হব সেটা মেকআপ হইপারে। ফার্স্ট অফ অল এগেন আই রিক্যাপ কোন এনভায়রনমেন্টাল ইম্প্যাক্টস অ্যাসেসমেন্ট হলো গোটে স্টাডি এনি ডেভেলপমেন্টাল প্রজেক্ট থ্রু କୋଉ ଷ୍ଟଡି କମ୍ୟୁନିଟି ଉପରେ ଏନଭାयरमेंट ଉପରେ କୌଣସି ଆମ ଆଡଭର୍ସ ଇଫେକ୍ଟ ପଡେ ତାର ଷ୍ଟଡି ଏମିଶନ କ୍ୱାଣ୍ଟିଫାଇ ଦ ଏମିଶନ ସୋର୍ସ କୋଉ ଏମିଶନ ହବ ତା ଉପରେ ତାର ଆଡଭର୍ସ ଇଫେକ୍ଟ ତାପରେ ଡ୍ୟାମେଜ ଟୁ ଫ୍ଲୋରା ଆଣ୍ଡ ଫନା ନଟ୍ ଓନ୍ଲି ଦ୍ୟାଟ ହେରିটেজ ইন্ডাস্ট্রি মানে কৌଣସି হেরিটেজ কালচার এন্ড হেরিটেজ উপরে তার এফেক্ট কোন ଆଉ ତାର ମିଟିଗେସନ ପ୍ଲାନ কোন କୋଉ ହିସାବରେ ତାର ମିଟିଗେଟ କରି ହବ to identify ଯେମିତି I tell you suppose କୌଣସି ଜାଗାରେ ଇଣ୍ଡଷ୍ଟ୍ରି ହବା ପଡେ ସେଇ ଜାଗାରେ ପୁରା ଡ୍ରାଇ ହେଇଗଲା suppose I take the case of କେଓଁଝର you know about the କେଓଁଝର hello
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
now
sir.
now the keonjhar area is now the water level is going down so what is the mitigation solution lot of ponds government are doing lot of ponds okay so it will restore or recharge the groundwater level so one of the mitigation policy plantation of trees another mitigation policy okay so industry cannot divert all its pollutant to river or give pollutant to river so সমস্ত ইন্ডাস্ট্রির মিটিগেশন পলিসি হলে তাଙ୍କର যে পলুটেন্ট ওয়াটার হব সেটা সে রিচার্জ করিব সো রিউজ অফ ওয়াটার টু আইডেন্টিফাই দ্য প্রিডিক্ট ইভালুয়েট দ্য রেসিডুয়াল এনভায়রনমেন্ট ইম্প্যাক্ট ফাইনালি সো যে কমিউনিটিভ এফেক্ট হব সেটাকে মিনিমাইজ করে হাউ টু মিনিমাইজ দ্যাট ইজ দ্য মেন ইস্যু so to identify assess the specific don't go line by line okay I'll come to pdf then you go line by line or which of the lines are highlighted just to finish it up to identify assess the specific method measure and standards to be included the detailed design construction and operation of the proposed development so କୌଣସି ପ୍ରପୋଜ ଡେଭଲପମେଣ୍ଟାଲ ପ୍ରସେସ ପ୍ରପୋଜ ହବ ତାହାର measure the different standard different method detail design construction কোন হব সমস্ত will be part of this environmental impact assessment to investigate the extent of side effect of proposed mitigation measures that may be lead to other form of impact suppose I made a mitigation plan what is the impact of mitigation plan সেটা বি স্টাডি করা যাব to identify the constraint associated with the mitigation measures suppose say jindal say okay, I need this 10,000 hectare area so he have to measure the what is the mitigation plan for to set up a plant that is a part of the environmental impact study okay now I'll go to the pdf part now this pdf is visible
Yes, sir.
visible now okay don't worry I'll just take another 30 minutes this concept of ai study now so I just can you just pen down my otherwise you can set up a small group my number anybody can pen down so that I can share this pdf in whatsapp also can you pen down my mobile number
Yes, sir.
and can set up a WhatsApp group so that I can share share this PDF which are highlighted. Okay,
Okay, sir.
87636
Okay.
130
Okay.
83.
Okay, sir.
Okay, repeat.
Sir, once more, please.
Yes, 87636 130
Yes, sir.
883. Okay, so
Sir, 87636
yes,
130.
yeah,
Sir, 87636 130
Hmm. 83.
83.
83.
83.
Last. Yeah, right.
Okay, sir.
So,
Thank you, sir.
okay. So I'll share this PDF so you can answer. No need to read so many things. Okay. So here is I will cover 4 unit concept of EIA. Total 4 part. First part is fundamental of EIA. Okay. Fundamental of EIA will cover this unit explained about the concept of EIA, history, origin, scope, and objective, principle, and development of EIA in India. Okay. Now here is the very simple. Understood now what is the topic EIA? Edu? History, origin, scope. Scope means actually what is scope? Suppose in a some of you are in job, correct?
Yes, sir.
Some of your job. So what is your scope? Means whatever what you are doing, that is your scope, correct? Suppose you are going to office, data entry, then data transfer, then doing something like data analysis. সেইগুলো হলো আপনার কোনো স্কোপ, কারেক্ট? নাও অবজেক্টিভ অবজেক্টিভ হলো কি EIA কোন EIA what is the work should be done in EIA objective কোনো suppose your boss is came to say what is the objective today মানে আজি কোন কোন কাম করিয়ার আছে principle and development of EIA. Second thing is that it's order visible na.
Yes,
Hello,
sir.
visible.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Unit 2, second class will be EIA procedure. How to do EIA? Scoping and screening. Scoping is that to identify what are the criteria, and screening. Suppose some industry have small industry have given a industrial proposal, and government say ki, you have to do EIA study. See, because EIA study is a complex procedure or something like huge procedure. তো সাম স্মল প্রজেক্ট পাই দেখা যায় কি EIA দরকার নাই, সাম প্রজেক্ট EIA দরকার নাই, তো কেমিতি জানা পড়িবা উই হ্যাভ টু স্ক্রিনিং দ্যাট প্রজেক্ট। সো যেগুলো প্রজেক্টের EIA দরকার নাই, সো সেগুলো টোটালি স্ক্রিনিং করে কি অলগা করা যায়। সো দিস ইজ ওয়ান অফ দ্য প্রসিডিউর স্ক্রিনিং। এস্টাবলিশিং বেসলাইন কন্ডিশন, simple thing I ask class 8 question, baseline condition mone kono suppose air re oxygen kete percent thaye, nitrogen kete percent thaye, any idea? Oxygen kete
Sir,
percent thaye?
nitrogen 78%,
Okay, very good,
oxygen 21,
perfect,
and carbon dioxide 0.03. Rest are the your
perfect,
dust particles and water vapor.
perfect. So thing is that now this is a baseline data. Okay, suppose I am in Behrampur, and say to there is no industry, and oxygen level, nitrogen level, carbon dioxide level, CO2 level, whatever you answer, same level study করে দেখা গেল কি এগুলা হলো সেই এরিয়ারে percentage of CO2 oxygen level. Okay, so industry যদি ডেভেলপমেন্ট হবো সেই জায়গায় তাহলে অক্সিজেন লেভেল ডেফিনেটলি রিডিউস হবো, কারেক্ট?
Yes, sir.
কেতে পার্সেন্টেজ রিডিউস হবো, দ্যাট ইজ ইউর ইম্প্যাক্ট। সো উই নিড বেসলাইন কন্ডিশন। ইম্প্যাক্ট অ্যানালিসিস মানে কোন বিষয়ে ইম্প্যাক্ট। সাপোজ গ্রাউন্ড ওয়াটার ইফ ইউ অবজার্ভ ইন ইউর লাইক ইন ইউর চাইল্ডহুড, দেখা যায় কি 20 মিটারে আগুরে মানে ডিপ ଟ୍ୟୁବଲ୍ or ଟ୍ୟୁବୱେଲ୍ରେ ପାଣି ବାହାରୁଥିଲେ, କରେକ୍ଟ? 20 ମିଟର ଡେପ୍ଥରେ। Because of industry or because of any effect, দেখা গেল কি now 50 মিটার or 100 মিটার পাইপলাইন পকেলে भी পানি আসুনি। So that is the impact, na? So that impact analysis we required. Public involvement, initially EIA public involvement nathile. Now public opinion, public involvement is required sanction. जो local ରହିବ ତା ସହିତ discussion କରାଯିବ, ତାଙ୍କର କ'ଣ solution ଅଛି। So what they suggest এইগুলা part of this EIA study also, because based on this culture of that people or socio economic culture of these people change হয়ে পারে কেতেটা চেঞ্জ হবো সেটা part of the EI study public involvement role of capacity building in improving EIA যেদিকে এমনি পাবলিক ইনভলভমেন্ট হব যেদিকে অ্যানালিসিস হব then it will be a perfect EIA study. Coming to unit 3, unit 3 is a like analysis, perfect analysis. Now first is in chapter 2 we have did qualitative analysis মানে কোন সে qualitative মানে যেটুকু mathematical part or something will not there in unit 3 assessment of EIA. Suppose I need data, how much effect on this effect on environment. I ask a simple question. You are going one place to another place with cycle. What is the safety? Out of 10 how much you give, how much safe you are? Out of 10 how much you are give? Anybody can answer just abruptly anything. Say I'm 10 of tower 10 safe, I'm 100% safe, or maybe out of 10 or 9 I save. How much?
So 90%.
I am safe, correct. You are driving a bike, how much you save?
70%, sir.
70%. So now this thing are mathematical. Now you have given a number. Yeah, that's my when I'm running a cycle, I am 90% safe. When I'm running a bicycle, 70% safe. So গোটে quantify করে দিলে নিচে কোন somebody mute your please. So এই সেলফ অ্যাসেসমেন্ট গুটে করা যায় assessment of impact based on quantitative analysis. Suppose out of 10 or out of 5 I given 4 3 2 কেতেটা impact হচ্ছে তো সেটা সামারি করা. So that will help to understand কি আচ্ছা এই ইন্ডাস্ট্রির এতটা ইম্প্যাক্ট হয়ে পারে, এনভায়রনমেন্টাল ইম্প্যাক্ট এতে হয়ে পারে, ওয়াটার এফেক্ট এতে কি হয়ে পারে, এয়ার এফেক্ট এতে কি হয়ে পারে. So it is like a self assessment. Fourth is last class. Okay, so cumulative and strategic environmental assessment. Strategic, suppose some project is there. One example is given. Suppose I want to develop a city. How many people knows that India Bhubaneswar, along with the Bhubaneswar, how many planned cities designed in India? Any idea?
Indore.
Any
Yeah.
good?
And
Chandigarh,
yeah, Chandigarh. Yeah.
and then Jaipur.
Okay.
So my motto is that before setting up a planned city in Bhubaneswar, we need a strategic environmental assessment. Suddenly we decide ki okay, we will shift our capital from Cuttack to Bhubaneswar. It's not like that. It's a assessment, strategic decision, because public involvement দরকার, impact assessment, EI study দরকার, difference of EI study is required. So this is a strategic decision. Okay, right. Like this Delhi to means another, okay, leave it that example. I'll join you will study another example, will study different study where the now fundamental of EI, it is visible now.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Coming to sorry, please listen to me. I'll ask question, say অনুসারে I need answer also. In past 50 years there has been tremendous increase in interest for issues related to environment, because environment যদি effect হবে in world রে, then human existence also in stake, মানে we also in because you can see simple thing is that now this temperature is increase, so there is a effect on ice melting at Antarctica. So level of sea is increasing. You see, one after one is effect. If you not look into the environment, then if the level of sea is raised, some city will submerge in the world. So everything this environmental impact study is required. So first in 1987 and Rio Summit in 1992, it's happened. Before that, another I highlighted, environmental impact assessment is such an example which assess the impact in advance. Already I told you. United States of America introduced EIA legislation formally in 1969. Legislation means যদি কোনো সে যদি রুল না হবো, রেগুলেশন না হবো, nobody will follow. ইভেন গভর্নমেন্ট যদি কিছু রুল রেগুলেশন না করিব তাহলে কৌনসি ইন্ডাস্ট্রি সেটা ফলো করিবনি। তো 1969 রে ইউনাইটেড স্টেটস অফ আমেরিকা ফার্স্ট legislation rule and they follow, industry will follow. Similarly, European Community Directive on EIA 1985 and fast track it spread in other European countries also. UK, United Kingdom, 1988. Okay. So what is the objective of this impact assessment? Already I told you. Okay. Define the environmental impact assessment. Understand the different steps involvement in the process of EIA. Can you say कि EIA का process anything you answer? What is the process of EIA? Any one or 2 point कही परिवे? EIA कौन process अच्छी? Anything, it may be wrong. Forget, you will not lose anything. Any wrong behavior, anything you can say. Answer.
Sir, development project, scope of the project, and emission sources, effective
Perfect.
flora and fauna,
Correct.
and effective culture, heritage, mitigation
Perfect.
of all these
Perfect. So
side effects.
yes, side effect in health and hazards. So এইগুলা হলো answer. Understand the history and origin of EIA. So objective, this topic will cover in this objective. Explain how EIA development took place in India. It also cover EIA notification 1994. That means India EIA start হলো 1994. Further it is modified 2006. কেবে to start হলো 1994. Okay. So this chapter also explain meaning of the nature of ICT, explain the meaning of free and open source movement in education, describe the current trends in technology and education. So this part is not that much important. First 3 points will cover. Now coming to if question asks you what is called AI, what is the meaning of AI? Okay, so this is the answer. UK DOE, Department of Environment, 1989. Okay, UK I already told now it's a UK UK mean London and all. UK United Kingdom. So 1989 environmental impact assessment is a technique and a process to collect the information by the developer and the other source about environmental impact of a project. তাহলে কি environmental impact assessment কোন is a technique and a process, গোটে process পদ্ধতি by the way কোন করা যাব information collect করা যাব। ওকে, যদি আপনি environmental impact assessment করিবে কোস্টাল রিজন রে তাহলে আপন পুরী যদি কোস্টাল রিজন রে যদি পুরীরে আপন environmental impact assessment করে সেটা কি ভুবনেশ্বরে will you able to do at Bhubaneswar, sitting at Bhubaneswar? Possible? Is it possible? Not possible. So we have to go at site environmental study রে কোন পাই ଯିବା দরকার information collect କରିବା ପାଇଁ। information collect কে দেবে project related source, ground reality সেই জায়গারে and considered by planning authorities in shaping their judgment whether the project should be ahead or not. before judgment গোটে Ministry of Environment is give the environmental impact assessment or EIA clearance. We say in EIA clearance. Okay. I want to tell a story. Are you interested? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Of
Yes,
course.
sir.
Okay. Important. I'll ask question also because it is regarding Odisha. Uh, is that olive ridley tortoise? You know that?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
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 Coco area breeding हुए? Any idea? It's a news, big news. Every year news रे ऐसे ही जिनिस এটা. को area रे breeding process start हुए?
Gahir Matta.
Gohir Mata, perfect. And any other reason? Perfect. Actually, it is also in our Wheeler's Island, that is Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Island, where the missile launch takes place. So, maximum time we witness, amo seta witness kare. Suddenly, particular window re, semane asanti. In one night, suppose 10,000 tortoise ekatre asiki, semane they give the egg, then cover the entire area, entire place. Then by morning they gone back. So, যদি এই জিনিস, why I am telling so, if the environment of this place affect हुए, তাহলে সেই there any human animal creature, these tortoise, then birds have very perfect sensor. They have sensor কোন থেকে সে they have understood কি এই জায়গায় environment change হয়ে যাইছে, এটু আসছে হবনি. So on that context we have our role কেন কি কোনসি developmental project ରୁ suppose recently সেটু ধামরা পোর্ট হলা, তো ধামরা পোর্ট মানে বহুত বড় বড় শিপ আছে সেটু, বড় বড় শিপ মানে কিছু শিপ মানে অয়েল স্পিলেজ ହୁଏ, ওয়াটারে অয়েল ଆସିଯାଏ. সো ଆଗରୁ ଯେମିତି ମୁଁ ସେଇ ଜାଗାରେ ଡଲଫିନ୍ ଦେଖୁଥିଲି, ଆଜିକାଲି ଡଲଫିନ୍ ଦେଖାଯାଉନି. and dolphin understand କି ଏଇ ଜାଗାଟା safe ନୁହେଁ. So we have to study this, ki what are the effect on flora and fauna. So the International Association of Impact Assessment, IAIA 1999, explain environmental impact assessment as a procedure of identification of kono, the identification of the what are the effect, predict effect kono hobo, and evaluation তার মাত্রা কোন, how much effect, and mitigation কোন হই পারে without much more effect the developmental project before the final decision being taken and obligation made. Suppose you say no, there is no industry, then there is a huge impact. যদি environmental impact रो consider করি কি আমি যদি development project না করিবে তাহলে আমি co-impact, another impact will assess. Can you say what are the impact will be there in state or in country? Any idea? Co-impact হই পারে? Can you hear me?
Economy, sir.
Yes,
Unemployment.
perfect. Yeah, there will be economic problem. Means you people are study for what? To getting a job. Good job পাইয়া পাই যদি suppose after study you cannot get the job, then it will be a socio-economic problem. So development cannot be stopped. So that will be co-located. মানে development भी হবো, economic development भी হবো, environment भी effect হলা পরে সেটা minimum effect we have to consider. Next is a concept of EIA. The steps involved in EIA process are mainly governed by requirement of country and environmental legislation adopted in the country. Actually EIA जो process আছে country to country vary করে. Suppose Antarctica রে যদি EIA study হবো, they will study the ice level, depth of ice, কেতে effect হবো. যদি coastal area রে হয়, then the different. যদি desert area রে হয়, then the study will be different, and accordingly legislation or rule should be different. যদিও there is a common structure of stages involved in EIA process. Somewhere main format of environmental impact assessment is same. So what are the process? First project হলো project screening. It determine whether যদি question আসে steps in EIA, then you can write out project screening. It determine whether or not a project or development should be subjected to EIA. কোনো সেই project that will affect the environment or not, first screening দরকার. Scoping. Next step is scoping. Seeks to recognize important issues of concern at early stages. Suppose the scoping we put 30 parameter. A 30 parameter effect pore is not required. Minimum bare minimum যেগুলো এফেক্ট হবো কনসার্ন মেজর ইম্পর্টেন্ট ইস্যুস সেইগুলা আমি কনসিডার করিবে যদি 30 প্যারামিটার কনসিডার করিবে কোনসি ডেভেলপমেন্ট প্রজেক্ট হেই পারিবনি নেক্সট ইজ দ্য কনসিডারেশন অফ অল্টারনেটিভস সাপোজ গোটে প্রজেক্ট আলা suppose kono means some forest area some project is going on say Jindal is set up a steel plant in some project area where is forest is there. So Jindal should give at least 2 or 3 alternative area along with the main project area. So eta be to minimize the effect on environment consideration alternatives kono kono jagare alternative যেটু environmental impact কম হবো তাহলে কি দুই তিনটে জায়গা যদি environmental impact স্টাডি করা যায় তাহলে গুটে জায়গারে আমরা কম্পেয়ার করে পারিবে কি আচ্ছা এই জায়গারে আমরা environmental impact is minimum, so that place will be chosen for development. The consideration alternative mane kono it purpose to make certain that project proponent has deliberation alternative to avoid lower or compensate adverse impact. Simply ଆପଣ ନିଜ ଲାଙ୍ଗୁଏଜରେ ଲିଖିବେ କି ଅଲ୍ଟରନେଟିଭରେ ଚୁଜ୍ କରାଯାଏ ତାକି minimum environmental impact hobo and accordingly corresponding upon project sanction procedure and design should be modified. Terms and reference for impact assessment. The description of the project. আচ্ছা environmental impact assessment রে আপন যদি লিখিবে terms কোন মানে কোকো বিষয় রয়েছে description of the project রয়েছে ফার্স্ট যদি environmental impact ডিপার্টমেন্টে যদি ডিপার্টমেন্ট অফ এনভায়রনমেন্ট রে জিবে so first you submit entire description of the project. So entire project description রয়া দরকার কেমিতি হবো ডিজাইন কোন কোনসি কাম হবো প্রসিডিউর কোন এভরিথিং project detail রহিব. The environmental baseline data collection, yes already someone is tell that baseline data kono you understood na baseline data what is baseline data collection
Yes, sir.
Okay, refer to the collection of background information of biophysical social and economics setting of proposed project. First is biophysical মানে কোন সেই জায়গায় সাপোজ কোন সেই জায়গায় কোন ফরেস্টে number of tigers, number of deers, number of other animal. Suppose social, how many tribal is there, tankar daily income kono. Everything should be as a baseline. The impact identification. The process to identify and include all the possible environmental impact arising from the project. Already I told you. এই প্রসেসে জানিবার ଅଛି কি possible environmental impact कौन अच्छी. Okay, तो impact prediction prediction further prediction कौन कि suppose there is a project and prediction कौन कि water level will go down, so some people will have dust affected cirrhosis disease, cancer disease. These are the impact we have to study. Now the evaluation of assessment signifies evaluate relative significance. Now we have to evaluation ki ei assessment re significance kono mane this evaluation we have to do some specific significant changes kono seigulo consider. Now the major point mitigation. Jodi suppose say Tata or TPNDL or thermal power say कि we have no mitigation हम যেতে environmental impact হবো সেটা হবো permanently damage হবো ଆମ mitigation plan କିଛି নাই, then that project will not get sanctioned. project project sanction হবো how to mitigate, reduce, remedy potential adverse environmental impact কি কোন process রে the industry will avoid and reduce adverse environmental impact, that mitigation plan টা দেবার আছে. Next is participation, public participation. Without any public participation now কোনসি project sanction হয়নি. Okay? Because public opinion is too much important for decision making process. Okay, so EIS presentation is a very good important step next in process to help express information clearly. A good EIS presentation deliver about concern for environment. Suppose environmental impact study, if you present something before a clearance, কোনো সে এজেন্সি এনভায়রনমেন্টাল ইম্প্যাক্ট স্টাডি প্রেজেন্ট করলে এই ইম্প্যাক্ট হব ইম্প্যাক্ট এনভায়রনমেন্টরে ডিটেল স্টাডি যদি করব দ্যাট হেল্প কোনো ডিসিশন মেকিং রে. নেক্সট ইজ রিভিউ, সমস্ত স্টাডি হয়ে গেল, মিটিগেশন প্ল্যান হয়ে গেল, দেন ইএস প্রেজেন্টেশন হয়ে গেল, দেন কমিটি উইল রিভিউ. দিস ইজ এ সিস্টেমেটিক অ্যাসেসমেন্ট of competence and effectiveness of EIS. Some competent person, experienced লোক মানে সে মানে পুরা প্রজেক্টটা রিভিউ করিব, এনভায়রনমেন্টাল রিপোর্টটা রিভিউ করিব, দেন লাস্ট স্টেপ হলো এই যে কমিটি ডিসিশন মেকিং. দিস ইনভলভ রিলেভেন্ট অথরিটি ডিসিশন about the project, whether the project is rejected or approved or need any further modification or any further modification দরকার আছে কি নাই. পোস্ট ডিসিশন মেকিং, ডিସିସନ ହେଇଗଲା କିନ୍ତୁ ଦେଖାଗଲା କି ସେ ଇଣ୍ଡଷ୍ଟ୍ରି ଫଲୋ କରୁନି ତାଙ୍କର ଯୋଉ ମେଥଡୋଲୋଜି ଦେଇଥିଲେ କି ଆମ ୱାଟର ଟ୍ରିଟମେଣ୍ଟ ଏମିତି କରିବେ, ଆମ ପଲ୍ୟୁସନ ମାନେ କୌଣସି ସ୍ମୋକ ଟ୍ରିଟମେଣ୍ଟ ଏମିତି କରିବେ, ଦେନ୍ ଆମ ବିଭିନ୍ନ ପ୍ରକାର ଅକ୍ସିଜେନ ସେନ୍ସରରେ ମନିଟର କରିବେ ଅକ୍ସିଜେନ ଲେଭେଲ. ଫାଇନାଲି ଦେଖାଗଲା ସେମାନେ ସେଗୁଡ଼ା ମନିଟର କରୁନି. So it is come into play after commissioning of the project. Project commission ହେଇଗଲା, then after some time মনিটর করা যাব কি ইনভায়রনমেন্টারে যে প্রিডিক্ট করা হয়েছিল সেই অনুসারে ইনভায়রনমেন্টাল এফেক্ট হচ্ছে কি নাই, তার অল্টারনেটিভ মেথড গুড়া ফলো করা হচ্ছে কি নাই, মিটিগেশন মেথড গুড়া ফলো করা হচ্ছে কি না এগুলো. এন্ড দ্যাট ইজ কাম ইজ অডিটিং. অডিট মানে করা যাব the vital step to involve compare the project result, যেগুলো প্রিডিক্ট করা যে রেজাল্ট হয়েছিল কি এমনিতে ইম্প্যাক্ট হয়ে পারে, দেখা গেল কি তারঠু 10 টাইমস ইম্প্যাক্ট হলা, then that project will be shut off. environmental authority କହିବେ କି ଆପଣ ମାନେ ଯେଟା ଫଲୋ କରିବା ଥିଲେ ଫଲୋ ହେଇନି, audit report is bad, so you follow, otherwise close the project. So can you tell me anybody, you just see and tell me what are the steps in EIA. কোন স্টেপ ଅଛି ମୁଁ just I'll go through one or two, just I'll just here it will start. Terms of preference or impact assessment, what are the point? Description of the project রইব, environmental baseline data collection হবো, impact identification হবো, the
Impacts of prediction
হবো, then evaluation হবো, assessment হবো, mitigation plan follow করা যাব, public participation দরকার, then finally environmental impact EIS, environmental impact study presentation হবো, then projector review হবো, decision making হবো, and post decision monitoring হবো, and finally audit হবো. Okay, can you understand now? Okay,
Yes, sir.
so I'll take don't worry, another 10-15 minutes I complete this chapter. Is it okay now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now coming to is somebody, if the question is asked, okay, what is the impact assessment EIS study started in India? Okay, I'll start. I'll not go detail on this. दरकार भी नहीं. The world spread EIA. Okay, and scope and objective EIA. Okay, leave it. So first is that's Nepal in USA paved the way of EIA. Paved the way means first ସେମାନେ ରାସ୍ତା ଦେଖେଇଲେ कि EIA studyଟା ନିହାତି ହବା ଦରକାର. এটা যদি না রইব industry and everything will spoil the environment to establish the various forms all over the globe. It started with developed countries like Canada, Australia, New Zealand, Germany, France, and this European study started 1985 like that. Okay, so finally Africa, South America, 1990s. Slowly, 1990s পরে then become a mandatory for any of the AI studies become mandatory. Scope and objective of AI. Again, it is repeat. Actually, what I understood, যে দেখলে actually যাহা কিছু discussion লাগলো, almost it's repeat. I'll just read out and I'll tell you. I'll ask question also. Okay, EIA is a process initially place a importance on appraising adverse and beneficial effect of development of the project on physical factor like air, water, soil, solid waste, etc. Meaning kono EIA is a process, a process তার through we will study adverse beneficial. Adverse kono effect on air, water, soil, solid waste. Beneficial kono economic benefit. Okay, socio-economic benefit. So both are studied in EIA. Later on, it started including biological and ecological factors like biodiversity loss, which are difficult to quantify. Biological loss or ecological loss happen so slowly or silently कि without proper study it's not visible. Presently, EIA includes socio-economic factor like creation of job opportunities. We recently I involved in project in some I cannot disclose the co-project. So first that project is sanctioned, central government asked what is the job opportunity of the project. So it a environmental part job opportunity kono recreational factor kono ଲୋକମାନେ କେମିତି କେମିତି ସୁବିଧା ଦିଆଯିବ ହସ୍ପିଟାଲ ଡେଭଲପମେଣ୍ଟ ରୋଡ ଡେଭଲପମେଣ୍ଟ ଇନଫ୍ରାଷ୍ଟ୍ରକ୍ଚର ଡେଭଲପମେଣ୍ଟ cultural impact kono all the part of this EIA study scope and objective. The purpose of environmental impact assessment kono to aid in decision making. Purpose kono first যদি ଆମ ପାଖରେ ଯଦି କିଛି ଡାଟା ନ ରହିବ then how can I say okay you go ahead this project and another L&T ରେ ଆମକୁ କହିଲେ okay you set up your plant and we say to Bell कि no your project is not suitable we cannot give clearance. So it's a decision making. Environmental impact assessment process serve many purpose. It is an aid to decision maker. So and original based on the analysis. जे analysis रे हमको decision नहीं परिबे कि this a developmental project is sanctioned or not sanctioned. Second point, an aid to formulation development action. If suppose, although many developers see EIA process a costly and time-consuming activity in the permission process, EIA permission मिलेगा ठीक है cost it takes almost 2 years, sometimes more than 3 years to study complete হবে এবং পরবর্তীতে তারপর clearance মিলবে. However, EIA can great value to them subsequently provide a framework for considering location and design issues. Suppose already I told you कि EIA study ଏଠୁ help करे कि କୌଣସି project ରେ permission ମିଳିବା ପୂର୍ବରୁ ତାର କୌଣସି କ'ଣ effect ଅଛି যদিও সেটা time taking but it give a perfect decision. It give a alternative decision. Okay, no, don't go through this place. This is a very zone and go to this zone. Okay, suppose you say Uttarakhand. if the government started giving sanction to the different project, দেখা গেল সেই অনুযায়ী that is a seismic zone. কিছুদিন দেখা গেল কি because of this destruction of hills, so many earthquake is happening. An instrument for suitable development. Already I told you कि a complete study give an idea कि development केमिति होबो. Development we cannot stop, but development through impact যদি environmental impact, socio-economic development সমস্ত impact কেমিতি কম করি কি alternative method রে কেমিতি development होबो, sustainable development होबो, EIA process মাধ্যমে ଆମେ ଜାଣିବି. कि ଆମ ପାଖରେ ଡାଟା ଅଛି, ବେସଲାଇନ୍ ଡାଟା ଅଛି, କେତେ ଏଫେକ୍ଟ ହେଇପାରିବେ ପ୍ରିଡିକ୍ସନ କରିବେ ଆଉ সেই অনুসারে ডিসিশন নেই পারিবে. Sorry. Objective of EIA already first line already told you three primary objective. Kono EIA predicts the likely the environmental impact of the project. Environmental co impact আছে. It present the prediction and option of decision makers. এটা আমার ডিসিশন মেকার যেমন ডিসিশন নেবে তাଙ୍କର প্রিডিকশনের উপরে ডিসিশন নেবে সেইগুলো আমো হেল্প করে. থার্ড পয়েন্ট, ইট ফাইন্ডস ওয়ে টু মিটিগেট দ্য ডিজারেবল ইম্প্যাক্ট. এই ওয়ার্ডটা একটু মিটিগেট আনডিজারেবল ইম্প্যাক্ট. অ্যাকচুয়ালি যে ইম্প্যাক্টটা ଅଛି কেমিতি ইম্প্যাক্টটা মিনিমাইজ করা যাব, তার নোকসান মিনিমাইজ করা যাব, সেই পদ্ধতিটা আমো ইআই এর বি পার্ট অফ ইট, so that it can suitable local environment. So in local environment সেমিতি এফেক্ট হবনি. Immediate objective and environmental assessment, modification and improvement in the environmental design proposal. These points are not much for যদি আপনি এই আন্ডারস্ট্যান্ড করিবে তাহলে এই মডিফিকেশন নিজে আপনি লিখে পারিবে. Modification and improvement in the environment design of the proposal. Ensure the appropriate and efficient use of resource. Suppose ensure, suppose I again I repeat, a Keonjhar ଗୋଟେ project ଅଛି steel plant. So যদি say project is ଦେଖିବେ କି now we need some water, say ground water use করলে alternative mitigation process কোন ହେଇପାରେ? Use the river water, na, use some dam water, collect some, make some natural source of water. সো গ্রাউন্ড ওয়াটার এফেক্ট হবনি. মোরালেস যদি কোনসি আম বহুত বড় বড় পন্ড বনাইবে সেটু তাহলে গ্রাউন্ড ওয়াটার উইল রিচার্জ, যেগুলো পজিটিভ ইম্প্যাক্ট হবো. সো ইট ইজ এ মিটিগেশন প্রসেস. অ্যানাদার ইমিডিয়েট অবজেক্টিভ কোন, ইট হেল্প ইনফর্ম ডিসিশন মেকার্স অ্যান্ড দ্য এনভায়রনমেন্টাল টার্মস অ্যান্ড কন্ডিশন. লং টার্ম অবজেক্টিভ কোন, প্রোটেকশন অ্যান্ড সেফটি অফ হ্যুম্যান হেলথ. ফাইনালি এটিকে যে ডেভেলপমেন্ট হଉଛି কোন পাই? ফর হ্যুম্যান অনলি. যদি human health deteriorate করিব, ଲୋକମାନେ ক্যান্সার এফেক্টেড হব. one I tell you example, how many people ଅଛି তা ଆପଣ ଘର ପାଖରେ ମୋବାଇଲ ଟାୱାର ଅଛି within 50 meter? Anybody?
Sir,
Anybody?
ମୋର ଅଛି.
How far it is?
Sir, it is near about 50 meter here ଅଛି, sir.
Okay. So actually this is it is called RF hazard. RF hazard because তার মোবাইল কোম্পানি কহিব জিও হো এয়ারটেল অর কি no we have very less antenna power, but ତାଙ୍କର antenna ସବୁ ଜାଗାରେ ଯାଇକି ଆମ antenna signal ମିଳି ଯାଉଛି କାଇଁ? Because ତାଙ୍କର antenna power is almost 52 dB. Because of that, these animal creatures like birds are affected, human health are affected. মুম্বাই রে গোটে স্টাডি করা গলা যে গোটে বিল্ডিং উপরে ବହୁତ antenna ଥିଲେ, তার সামনে within 50 meters some building আছে, almost 6 to 7 people are affected by the cancer. So these environmental impact or health hazard impact যেটা হবো সেই before give the clearance এই স্টাডিটা হওয়া দরকার. Potential human health and safety and ensure efficient use of resources. Improvement the social aspect of the proposal. Yes, policy development, social improvement, the socio-economic development amo করা যায়। So almost my chapter is over. Okay. So now coming to principle of AI, another only 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes, I'll be there. So principles of AI. Precautionary principle is considered when an activity as an outcome of activity as an outcome of its results increase the threats of human health or environment. Precautionary measures should be adopted even if some cause effect relationship is not fully established sufficiently. Precaution is the method. Precaution নেবাটা নিহাতি দরকার. Suppose nalco is give lot of aluminum dust. Precaution নেওয়া দরকার. They should not spread so much dust in air. Precaution নেওয়া দরকার. I know that 100% ହେଇପାରିବନି, at least 80% ହେଇପାରିବ. So on that context, establish significant method নেওয়া দরকার. So health hazard, pollution সমস্ত কিছু কম হবে. Guideline principle of environment impact assessment is participation. So EIA process should provide a appropriate timely access for the stakeholders. যদি already I told you EIA study রে যদি localites or local people involved না হবো, so ସେମାନେ stakeholder মানে কি ସେମାନେ affected ହେଇପାରେ, so they are called stakeholders. Okay. So suppose anybody in bank ରେ କାମ କରୁଛନ୍ତି, just an example. So all the customer are stakeholders, right? So stakeholder মানে কি যেমানে affected হবো ସେମାନେ ହେଲା stakeholder, যেমানে সেই এরিয়ারে প্রজেক্টে কাম করিব ସେମାନେ ହେଲା stakeholder. So participation each and every stakeholder is required. Transparency. All elements of the process should be transparent and its elements should be clearly understood by the all participants. Meaning kono, suppose I made a industry, but say industry kono si environmental effect hebi pare, tar emission kono, emission level kono, a project jodi disclose na kara jibo, detail project I already told na EI study ro gote point hela ki detail project report darkar. Jodi transparency na thibo, ସେମାନେ ଯଦି କିଛି ହାଇଟ୍ କରିବେ ତାହେଲେ impact assessment study proper ହେଇପାରିବେନି. Certainty. The process should have a clear objective in advance and piloted with decided time frame. କୌଣସି ପ୍ରୋଜେକ୍ଟରେ ପ୍ରୋସେସରେ ଏମିତି ନୁହେଁ କି কোনো ଅବଜେକ୍ଟିଭ ଷ୍ଟଡି ମାନେ ବହୁତ ଲେନ୍ଦି ଟାଇମରେ ନୁହେଁ. It should be within time frame. ମାନେ environmental impacts as suppose it takes 1 year, it should be finished by 1 year. Accountability. Decision makers need to able provide a clear and detailed reason for their decision to all stakeholders. Kono decision je diya gela or yes kara gela, no kara gela, yes kara gela kai kara gela means what is the reason. Accountability. Decision maker tebe ha amo yes project re ei condition re yes permission diya jaychi, au jodi permission মানে abort kara jibo ba permission stop kara jibo tahale ko karon re seta that accountability should be there. Credibility. Decision need to be based on best available information. And all the relevant factors need to be taken into account in decision makers. Decision makers, I already told you, ki first is kono decision neba puribure kono darkar, detailed project report darkar, impact assessment darkar, evaluation darkar, then EIA study presentation darkar, then come the decision, correct? So cost effectiveness. Environmental protection should be cost effective process. So environmental protection is konosi protection process cost effective hoba darkar. Suppose say somebody say ki na na ei emission ta koriya pai amo 1 kilometer gote lamba gote wall koriya achi 10 meter height. It's not like that. As somebody say no, we make trees which grow faster and become tall. So one is cost effective solution, one is costly solution. Flexibility. The process should be flexible enough to deal efficiently with the proposal, varying time, scope, impact and complexity. Environmental impact study ta very flexible haba darkar. So তার impact, complexity study, everything should be transparent and easy. And particularly, EIA process should be particulate and usable in decision making and planning. So EIA process should be particle and usable decision making. So it should not give a decision like in between decision. No, no, no. It go ahead. Sometime not go ahead like that. Development in EIA India. It a good question here, pare. Okay. So and beginning in the decision the direction. What happened? 1978-79. Department of Science and Technology, one of the river valley project रे तांकर गुटे ये करा गला कि आपण ए river valley project रो environmental effect study करंतु. Planning Commission, Department of Science and Technology रे inform करले कि आपण 1970-79 रे so river valley project रो environmental effect कोन सेटा स्टडी करिया पे. 1985, almost 6 years, Department of Environment upgrade as a full-fledged ministry. যেটা সায়েন্স অ্যান্ড টেকনোলজি যে কামটা করছিল, then full department came 1985, মানে after 6 years. Till 1994, environmental clearance was an administrative decision and without any legislative. Environmental impact clearance টা কোন ଥିଲେ, ଗୋଟେ decision is given by the administration. Say district magistrate will give the decision, but decision देवा पूर्व कोन legislative support ना थिले. So कोन हला, Ministry of Environmental and Forest MOEF in January 1994 issued an EIA notification listing 30 projects under central government to provide environmental clearance. So 1994 পরে কোন হলা कि in ministry of development हला, so they give 30 projects environmental clearance. This was made compulsory for expansion and modernization of any activity or setting up a new project. After that 1994, this become a mandatory. Clearance should be mandatory for any big projects. New projects like nuclear power plant, port and harbor, airport, refineries, synthetic rubber, river valley projects. Okay, this much. I think this much I should again highlight. So this made compulsory in for expansion or modernization of activity for setting up new projects, nuclear power plant projects, port and harbor, port and nuclear power plant projects, airport, refinery, synthetic rubber, river valley, and projects like this. Out of this, in Odisha, only the synthetic rubber yes, it is also there in uh, is this project. This project is all nuclear power plant project is not there. Port and harbor is there. This Paradip Port, Dhamra Port, airport is there, and refineries is there, and river valley project is there. So all these new projects have got the sanction. Okay, they require the sanction. What happened? Because it's very important, just listen. And whatever the point jemti likhibe, first you make it point writing. Don't write ki gute paragraph ne point code likhibe. So that will give you more impact in a study or more impact in answering. MOEF notification EIA legislation September 2006. See, 1994 रो Ministry of Environment develop हला, किंतु legislation rule तैयारी हला 2006 based on 1994 notification. Some of the changes in 2000 notification kono, EIA 2000 notification categories all the project activity A and B depending on the size of capacity. Just listen. In future A and B is very তাহলে কি যেগুলো প্রজেক্ট রো অ্যাক্টিভিটি রো A and B এই দুই ক্লাসে ডিভাইড করা গেল. Extent of impact on human health, natural made resources, and state level environment impact assessment agencies. So, where to oversee category B projects, and MOU should continue regulate category A project. যেগুলো স্টেট রেগুলেট করিব সেগুলো ক্যাটাগরি বি প্রজেক্ট রেগুলেট করিব, ক্যাটাগরি এ প্রজেক্ট রেগুলেট কে করিব মিনিস্ট্রি অফ এনভায়রনমেন্টাল অ্যান্ড ফরেস্ট। ফাইনাল রেগুলেটরি অ্যাপ্রুভাল উইল বি দেবে কে? MOEF দেবে, মিনিস্ট্রি অফ এনভায়রনমেন্টাল অ্যান্ড ফরেস্ট। and state environmental impact assessment agency ଅଛି ସେମାନେ ବି ଦେଇ ପାରନ୍ତି, but final decision will be MOEF only. They will base their decision on the recommendation by the state যেটা recommendation দেবে সেন্ট্রাল গভর্নমেন্ট MOEF সেই based on recommendation উপরে ସେଇটা ଆପଣ sanction କରିବ। Public hearing ବହୁତ important by the state pollution control board କଣ public hearing କରେ। public hearing ମାନେ କଣ, ଗୋଟେ ଗାଁରେ ଗୋଟେ ପ୍ରୋଜେକ୍ଟ ହବ, ସେ ଲୋକମାନେ ଡାକିକି ତାଙ୍କର ଓପିନିଅନ ନେବାଟା, that is public hearing। or the union territory pollution control committee ସେଟା ବି ଅଛି। again so again the fundamental of stage 1 is screening, stage 2 scoping, stage 3 public participation, then stage 4 EIS, environmental impact study. So more or less I finish it up this EIS study. Now coming to the main screen. Now you can ask any question related to this. Total is you can unmute your video and voice also. 1 2 3 4 5 total 7 participants, correct? Excuse me, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir,
You
I
can-
am there.
Okay. So any question, one by one, any question you want to ask? Okay. Then I'll finish it up for today. Total 14 participants. Good participant is there. So aji apna mane jodi group koribe, otherwise if anybody wants to, and then I'll share this PDF. Okay. So one class cover koribe aur tankar PDF ta share koribe. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Can I over and out? Okay, you can left.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm completing. Okay.
Hello. Hello. Hello, Sonali, you are there?
Yes.
What sir has told that PDF এই কথাটা ଟିକେ ଇଏ ହେଲା କଣ sir କହିଲେ ଟିକେ ମତେ
କହିଲେ
ବୁଝେଇକି
କି ତାଙ୍କ
କହିଦେବେ?
ନମ୍ବରଟା ହଉଛି ଗ୍ରୁପ ରେ ଆଡ୍ କଲେ ସିଏ PDF ସେଣ୍ଡ କରିବେ ଗ୍ରୁପ ରେ।
ଆଚ୍ଛା, ହଁ ଠିକ ଅଛି, ସାର୍ ସେଣ୍ଡ କରିବେ ନା ଆମକୁ?
ହଁ।
ଓକେ, ଥ୍ୟାଙ୍କ ୟୁ।
आज कौन 1 ईयर क्लास लगी? आज 1 आवर क्लास लगी?
नो
ସାର୍ ତ
sir,
କହିଲେ ହାଫ ଏନ୍ ଆୱାର ର, ବଟ୍ ନେଲେ ତ ଏତିକି ସମୟ।
नहीं 6 ରୁ 8 PM पूरा।
ସାର୍ ତ
ହଁ
ଫାର୍ଷ୍ଟ ରୁ
6
କହିଲେ
to
କି
8 ଥିଲା।
ହଁ,
2
ବଟ୍ ସାର୍
घंटा थिला
କହିଲେ
तो
କି
Maybe something,
6 ରୁ 8 ଟା आर प्रीवियस क्लास रो तो सब 6 ରୁ 8 ଟା हेतला ना।
yes,
ହଁ ତ ଫାର୍ଷ୍ଟ ସାର୍ ଆସି ଫାର୍ଷ୍ଟ ତ କହିଲେ କି ହାଫ ଏନ୍ ଆୱାର ର କ୍ଲାସ ନେବେ ସିଏ, ବାକି କାହିଁକି ଏତିକି କମ ସମୟ ନେଲେ ବି କହିବନି।
now it is 7:20.
देखिए काली कौन है पर लेट है जीवा।
ସାର୍ଙ୍କ ନମ୍ବର କେହି ଆଡ୍ କରିଦେବ ଗ୍ରୁପ ରେ।
ହଁ ପ୍ଲିଜ୍ ଆଡ୍ କରିଦିଅନ୍ତୁ ନା ସାର୍ଙ୍କ ନମ୍ବରଟା।
ଓକେ ମୁଁ
ଚେତନ ସାର୍
ଗ୍ରୁପରେ
ଆଡ୍
ସାର୍
କରିଦିଅନ୍ତୁ,
ନମ୍ବରଟା
ନମ୍ବର ସେଭ୍ କରିଛନ୍ତି କି?
ହଁ ହଁ ମୁଁ
ମୁଁ
କରିଛି।
ସାର୍ଙ୍କୁ ମୁଁ ଇନଭାଇଟ୍ ପଠେଇ ଦେଇଛି, ସାର୍ ଜଏନ୍ କରିଲେ ଇଏ ସେୟାର କରିଦେବେ ଗ୍ରୁପରେ।
ଠିକ ଅଛି, ଠିକ ଅଛି।
ହୁଁ।
ଆମର ଏ ପ୍ରାକ୍ଟିକାଲ ଗ୍ରୁପରେ କିଏ ଆଡମିନ୍ ଅଛନ୍ତି ତ, ନହେଲେ ସାର୍ଙ୍କୁ ବି ଆଡ୍ କରିଦେଲେ ଭଲ ହବ।
ହଁ
ମୁଁ
ହଁ
ଗ୍ରୁପରେ ପକେଇ ଦଉଛି ସାର୍ଙ୍କ ନମ୍ବର, ସିଏ ଆଡ୍ କରିଦେବେ।
ହଁ
ଠିକ
ସାର୍ଙ୍କୁ
ଅଛି।
ଆଡ୍ କରିଦିଅନ୍ତୁ ଭଲ ହେବ।
ହୁଁ।
ଗୁଡ୍ ନାଇଟ୍ ଏଭ୍ରିୱାନ୍।
ହ୍ୟାଲୋ।
ୟେସ୍।
ମୋ ନମ୍ବରଟା ଆଡ୍ କରୁନାହାନ୍ତି। ମୋ ନମ୍ବରଟା।
ସାର୍ ଆଡମିନ୍ କିଏ ଅଛନ୍ତି?
ନମ୍ବରଟା କୁହନ୍ତୁ, ମୁଁ ଗ୍ରୁପରେ ପକେଇଦେବି ଆପଣଙ୍କ ନମ୍ବରଟା, ସେ ଆଡ୍ କରିଦେବେ।
ମୋ ନମ୍ବର ହେଉଛି 9556182393।
ୟେସ୍ 955618239
393।
ହଁ
ହଁ
ମୋ ନମ୍ବରଟା ବି ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ ଟିକେ।
ହଁ କୁହନ୍ତୁ ନମ୍ବରଟା।
89840
89840
73133।
ओके
89840 73133।
133 ओके
Okay, thank you.
थैंक यू गुड नाइट
Good night. Thanks to all.